All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to try this again. And if YouTube didn't come up, that's going to have to be too bad. So Twitch is live. And let's see if YouTube is live. So I'll go over here so I can see the chat. Okay, YouTube is not live. For whatever silly reason. So I'm not going to worry too much about that just yet. Well, let's do this one more time. Refresh some pages and I'm going to be playing X4 Foundations. That's the loading screen you see there. And okay, so YouTube is saying I'm live, but they don't want to show me the chat screen. Let me try and go in here. All right, so I've got YouTube live. See if I can pop out the chat box so I can see it. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I'm trying to get it set so I can see if anybody chit-chats. All right, so we are 4 days, 6 hours into this build. Last scene, we were helping the Free family contain a Xenon expansion. We took out a Xenon station, or 2 Xenon stations, a solar power plant and a defense station. I think we're going to have to do one more defense station this morning. Not just Xenon, but when any faction goes in and tries to take over a sector, they'll set up at least 2 defense stations. The Xenon will stop at 2. As soon as you destroy one, they'll try and build another one. Okay, so I am sitting on my wharf, standing on my wharf, looking at some ships getting built, probably for Argon. If we look at this wharf, who there you can see, there's the wharf right there. The logical overview. It doesn't have everything built yet that it needs, so she's buying a lot of stuff. She is making money. You can see, so here's the ARG Fighter Squadron, so that's a sold ship. Sold ships, sold ships, sold ships. So she is selling ships. And what did she have in her account? I'm trying really hard not to give her any money. I mean, she's got 8.5 million credits. So if she really needs to buy something, she will. So those factories, so yeah, that one, these factories have parts or have products. We've got that, and silicon carbide and these 2 computronic substrate and metallic microlattice. That is for building Terran ships. And what did she have for in her account? I'm trying really hard not to give her any money. I mean, she's got 8.5 million credits. So if she really needs to buy something, she will. Terran ships. Not too concerned about that. Let me bebop over here to Sally Ann. She's in a combat zone. We'll go in sector for this battle. And get out of the elevator first.
Fires of defeat.
So I did not understand why she was in Matrix number 9. Which is right there. So let me restart this. Yeah, so that's why. This was 11:52. So the game randomized where my fleet was situated because I didn't save the coordinates. So let's try and go in here again. And before I jump into my, because that ship's not supposed to be in that sector. I was never ordered to go into that sector. Might have been ordered to attack something. We'll see. It confuses me that it was in Matrix 9. Matrix number 9. Don't know why it was even in that sector. And let me check over here. Well, that's loading. Alright, so let's go look at this. We'll pause the game and take a look. And yeah, see why? I don't know why that is down there. And already with no shields. So and if we look at her orders, change equipment where? Let's look at the other side of the battle. This battle was just not that close to that gate. I mean, the resupply ship is right there. Alright, so enough dilly-dallying. We know that that got placed randomly, and it is not going to change. So that was 11:52. We only have to go back to here. So that's only 6 minutes, which was probably my sign-off time. Well, it's better than it was. This loading time is better than it was. Used to be if you hit quick save, you were looking at a 2-minute quick save. So starting the game up was a 5-minute endeavor.
Entering system.
This
Silent
is back when
witness.
X4 first came out. Okay. So let's pause the game here. See if 6 minutes was enough time. So there it is. And it was fleeing. See, it got plotting to flee. And why it is in this sector, I have no idea.
Entering system. Matrix. Number 9.
So I am going to take the controls here because this doofus will not hit. He will just fly lackadaisically, but he won't do this. I have no idea why it was in this sector. On the plus side, maybe that K will fly us through or follow us through to the rest of the fleet.
Jump gate. Fires of defeat.
I'm not too concerned about these fighters. This is a behemoth. It's not a behemoth-y, it's a behemoth.
Entering system. Fires of defeat.
And that at least looks like Sally Ann over there. Or Mirabelle. Could be. So when they do their saves, when you hit any kind of save, they persist a lot of variables. That's true. They do a great job of persisting a lot of stuff, but they don't get everything. Okay, so now I can get out. I let this guy continue on with his orders. He's supposed to be over here with the rest of the fleet. This is why right here. What is this change equipment though? Because what we want is for those 6 destroyers to come over here and come up here and take out this defense station. So that's what we're going to do. That's the first order we're going to give. So it looks like Sally Ann is selected, and it may not be. It could have been on this behemoth here. Gotta go to somebody else and make sure it's Sally Ann. And I want her to attack that station. Coordinated attack. What's the matter with Gladys?
We have new orders. Navigation. Fly to the following position.
Acknowledged.
Okay, so Sally Ann. Come on, I want a coordinated attack. That's not a coordinated attack. That is a coordinated attack. See all the purple circles? One, two, three, four, five, six. And the one I'm on stayed. To resupply. No, they all went. And then we will also have Esmeralda come over here. I don't want her too close. Why is she way down there? I want her in a position to intercept any Xenon Ks that come up here through this gate. We just ran away from one. She still has 18 bombers. So we gave her 11 Gorgons in the last session. No, we gave her more than 11. So she's got 13. And we've got plenty of money. Get some more bombers for her. I hit High Priest set. because the only thing I really want to change is this to that, and give it some heavy torpedoes. Those drones probably won't do it much good. Well, I'm going to get 10 of these. I should be building my own at my wharf, but I want her to, and that's why I didn't buy more. But let's do that. And when they get built, they get built. The free families are going to deal, and the fallen families are both going to deal with that. So this has begun. Let me get out of Sally and on the flagship. Yeah, we had a better view with the other ship. Because she has chosen to go high. And hopefully they maintain their distance, because that station can absolutely take down these destroyers one at a time if they get too close. And it will, if we don't pay attention. Flagship is focused on it. Is that a shield generator?
Xenon defense platform.
So they're going to be popping down another defense station, just because that's what they do. After we take this one out, the free families will not do a good job of holding this sector. So what we need to do to help them is put in another defense station. The Xenon are coming in through this gate. I'm pretty sure that they have a wharf down here and a shipyard. Okay, so 6 of my Gorgons got built. Let's see how they'll fly up here. Put them on bombard, which is Zeta Wing. Yep. Alright, so they're coming in the right way. They're coming in from this gate. Sweet. This could be pretty boring because I'm not pulling the trigger first person. So I've got people for that, and I let this commander do it. He will take down that station. Let's see, I already have another defense station in the area somewhere, not in that sector. I've got one over here. Yeah, there's one right there. And another carrier, which we can rebuild that fleet. So I was going straight interception with her. So let me hit that, so we don't have to go back and resave that, or re-rescue that one destroyer. Okay, so this is what's going on. This commander foolishly got too close to the station, so the drones are coming up. They can probably handle them. I don't want to send fighters in to take care of these, because they get close to the station, and between the station and the drones, the fighters get killed. So this destroyer is handling those drones just fine. It's got shard turrets. Shards for the medium turrets, I believe. And look here. No, I've got medium tracking turrets on these. What's she using for ammo? So the problem is when these destroyers displace and try and work their way around the globe, they cut across the globe. They don't circumnavigate, and that is an issue. So this guy is smartly displacing. And we can see here that this ship again has cut across the globe instead of circumnavigating. You know, and I understand it is difficult math. It's not simple. So if we go into see, she's got 51, he's got 51 drones left. And they're all out here. You know, we can look and see. Yeah, look right there. It's not showing the drones in this over here. me take a look at that station.
Xenon defense platform.
Oh, that's why I see they're displacing, because they took out that. So they'll work their way around and try and take out all these pieces. They're firing in turrets over there. You don't actually need 7 destroyers to do this. One can do the job. Slowly. Very slowly. One can do the job very slowly. So this speeds up the process by using parallel processing. So like having multiple cores on your CPU. I am going to try something. Let me go see if I can help this guy out with Esmeralda. This is probably a mistake. So let me do that, because this is probably a mistake. See if this ship will. I don't remember putting large or medium turrets on this ship, or medium missile turrets. I'm 100% positive that I put shards on here.
Defense platform.
See, the platform is gradually losing the battle. I went. So now we got 3 ships over, 4 ships putting fire on that section. And a couple of ships putting fire over there. Fighters in here and trying to engage these drones. They're heavy fighters, so it's probably a mistake. No, they're regular fighters. They're regular fighters. This is concerning to me that Because if I look at the behemoth I'm on, see, I've got medium flak on here, which is what we want. But now this guy over here, we can't see through all the fighters. What about the other two Osakas? They had tracking turrets. Firing heavy smart missiles. That guy is out of ammo.
Hello.
Hello there.
Okay, so this station is having a bad day, the Xenon. It's still very dangerous. It can still take down a destroyer. Okay, I gotta pause for a minute and take this call from my doctor. I'll be right back.
We were here.
Okay. If I go back to F1, so this is why I jumped out to external view. It's back behind us. So you can see the turret spinning around it. They did a lot of detail with these models because you can get out of your ship and actually walk around on With this ship, you could actually get in your spacesuit and walk around the ship. And it's true for any ship in the game that you can see. You can absolutely get out and walk around on it. And that's why they got so detailed with all of this stuff. Because you're not dealing it from 100 yards away. You could actually get right up to it. So I will say it hopefully several times during this game. I know it's redundant. But when the wife and I went out to dinner last week for our anniversary, 47th anniversary, $130. And that was not a 5-star restaurant. That was just Cheesecake Factory. So, not a super glamorous restaurant, and $130. And when you compare that to what you would pay to buy this game, and all of its downloadable content, you know, especially if you wait for Steam to do a discount or something, then this game is money well spent. I've got almost 2,000 hours into the game. Many oblivious hours just passing time. Pretending to be in space. That's what we all want to do. That's the dream here. We all want to go into space. Okay, and this is getting pretty boring. This guy, that station is as good as dead. And it is deep enough in the sector that the Xenon are not reacting. So what I want to do is get 3 fleets. I have 3 heavy fleets, 2 carriers, and a destroyer fleet that I want to bring down here. Mirabel needs more fighters, or more katanas. So we will go over here, and we've got plenty of money. Look, there's 469 million just sitting there. We could actually do a couple more missions. So I want these on intercept for the fighters that are going to come through that gate. So you want to check and see what they're giving you. So we're going to decrease the price of this by going here. So if you look at these, what I need on these on an intercept ship is tracking speed, or rotation speed. So 109 on that one. We're looking at Terran ships down there. So Terran, medium beam. It's not a lot of high power, but three rounds per second. So 76. No, do the math, Jim. 72 damage per second. And then if we look at the Beam Mark 1, it's 72. Rotation speed is 74 degrees per second. And here we had 109, so it's going to keep up with the fighters buzzing the ship. Range is 3.4, shorter range. So we want the pulse turrets. And they're cheaper. And let's look at take a second look at this. And so here again, you got proton barrage versus pulse laser. Now, if I put Meson streams on here, I would want them in a bombing role where they're going after heavy ships. So proton barrage. There's a rotation speed. No, because they're just gimbaled. They're not on turrets. They're just gimbaled. So higher damage, but harder to aim. And the pulse laser is higher damage, projectile speed. 1.33 per second versus 3.79 per second. So yeah, let's stick with the proton barrage. So if it does hit a fighter, it's taking the fighter out. And I jinxed myself at the wrong key. Don't go down there. I'm getting them in Terran space. They're more expensive. Actually, so what I really want to change here is the weapon. So back to the pulse. Okay. Hello. Okay. And what do we got here? And just me on YouTube. So we will go here. Let's get 10 of these. No, they're 10,000, so let's just get 5. And I'm going to get her a bunch of fighters as well. I have some more Gorgons for Esmeralda. So we are over here. That station got destroyed. Okay, so there's a build storage. No. So we took this one down. And it just popped up the next one. No. Yeah. So we took that one down, and then they popped one down here right beside this defense station. So we don't need to worry about that.
Enemy spotted.
So if you pop in, just say hi. Gotta keep up with this. Alright, so let's get the katanas are being built. One Gorgon is left. The katanas are built. We need some fighters for Mirabelle. So these guys are absolutely going to be on intercept. Now that's Iota. What other wing do I have over here? By themselves. So what I did was each of these has each of these katanas that I already had Takobas as escorts. So they're being defended by 2 Takobas. If that katana dies, this one right here, if that one dies, then both of these Takobas form their own sub-fleet like these down here, and they take on the role of intercept. So the current role is defense, these 2 here. If this one dies, then these 2 become intercept. They take on the commander's role. So one will defend the other. And if we look down here, which is exactly what we've got going on here. See, their commanding katana died, so they became intercept and one became defense. And then if this guy dies, this one becomes intercept. So I don't want to assign these guys up here yet because these katanas are en route. And I'm checking their route, which is here, making sure they're not flying through someplace they shouldn't. I am sitting on a destroyer myself. Not driving it. I want to see if these Osakas are getting these three. So this one had no missiles. And now it's got 130. So that's why they keep going back there, is their missiles, which are just as effective as shards or something, or beams or something else. They're even more effective against small fighters. Okay, so whose destroyer is that? Oh, look at this. I mean, so it says Osaka, right? Can't see the flag on it, though. There's three of them. Fighting fallen families. So those are three Osakas that I built for. I don't remember who I built. Though could have been Argon or Terran. Let's see. I don't have any missions here, so I'm going to pop over to my wharf right there. No, not plan build. I want to teleport to. I did teleport right away. I have them all researched.
Entering system. Silent witness.
Some people like to do the. I lost a drill in the void some time ago. And now let's go stand outside the shipyard. A little bit quieter. Should be. And so those are Cerberuses being built for Argon by me. I am just so distracted this morning. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Esmeralda has engaged a K all on her own. And she is chewing it up. Those Gorgons are just... wow. We can't teleport over there in time to see it. They just took that K out so fast. And if I give her some more Gorgons, which I have, yeah, I've got one more being built with heavy torpedoes. That's how you do it. So I am going to build a station. No, let's do missions first. Let's see if the Argons will give me a heavy construction operation. They will. Because this is how I make my money. For now. Until that wharf starts making a lot more money. She wants me to assemble a fleet first. 3 destroyers. And we are going to build her 3 Osakas. Terran Osakas. Because they're more expensive. She's paying ship value plus 50%. So large Osaka. I'm going high preset to start. But I want to check here. So beam, beam, beam. Beam. Because it's the most expensive option. So we'll add that to the shopping list. We need 3. So 118 million. And we will also jump over to Terran space. Teleport over. Let's pick a ship, any ship.
Entering system.
To see if the
Sol.
Terrans have a construction mission for me. They do. Family to Kerr. Okay, so first I've got to take a bio break. Let's see if I'm logged in here. Huh. That's interesting. So I'm going to take a couple minutes here because Mother Nature is calling pretty loudly. Well, yeah. You know, I'm fighting the urge. I'm trying to remember. I think 598 is the one we want instead of 798. Because this is a 2-part. The reward is a pay mod and family to Kerr, also a pay mod. And family to Kerr is right there. So they want me to help them go after the fallen families. Oh, what to do, what to do. Yeah, let's take this one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Open the briefing. And station value plus 50%, a max of 24 million. But it's only 4 modules. So we'll spend about 5.5, 6 million to build this. 24 turrets, doesn't matter what kind. But you don't want to minimize here. You don't want to put in just 24 turrets because you want all of this 24 million. So optimally, you would put in enough turrets to hit 24 million. But you don't know how they're going to assess the value of your station build. They're like tax assessors. They overvalue. You know, that's just the way of life in this country. So we will, okay, well, let's buy this first. 757. Right there. I don't know why they want it there, but they do. Let's see, is that 4? No, that's 5. That's 4, 3, 4, 3. No, and one more 3. 757. Create that plot. It's cheap. And then continue. There's a quest in advance. Load plan. No, not that one. This one. They don't care what modules you use, what defense modules you use, as long as there are 4 of them. Doesn't matter what faction. We do need 4 though. So copy that. These already have turrets set up on them. So all we need to do now is add this sensor array. So that's all of the modules. Confirm the changes. Give it some money. So 5.45 million. So we're going to make well over 20 million for that. And hire a builder. Builder hired. So all we have to do is wait on this. Wait for the resources to come in and then wait for the timers to build them. So Armai Osaka is complete. Well, I did that. They are not. Minute and a half to go. No, +8. Why are you green in that building? Because they have the resources, they just aren't. Okay, where are you? Second contact, 11. I've got a fleet just sitting there watching. See, this is like the old days. get this heavily damaged food ration factory. It's Antigone. And so one would wonder if they're actually going to repair that. Maybe, maybe not. It wasn't until like update 6 or 7 that we started seeing stations repair themselves. Okay, so Mirabelle has her enough interceptors that I want to take her over here to Fires of Defeat. And see if she can get busy without dying. What are your orders? And then we will also bring Esmeralda down here. In case a K comes through. Because what I want to do is build a station right here. A defense station. No, let's not create a new plot. Let's look at not the wharf, another defense station. This one. So I've got all 4s there. Okay, so now let's go down here and make this all 4s. Once this defense station is built, it can stop a Xenon I with 2 Xenon Ks as escort. Why did you go way over there? We want you over here. So I want her close to the gate. So that when the Xenon come through, all they want to do is attack this station. And this is my defense station. Yeah, so we're going to put it right there. We've got a lot of fighter cover for her while she builds. Because once this starts building, the Xenon are coming after it. So manage to buy orders. 17.9 million to build this. Ooh. I'll accept that. And then hire a builder. I do want a free family builder. Okay, so that station will get built. Looking over here. All right. So that is another waiting game. We will check on how the wharf is doing with its build. Three modules to go. Claytronics and shield components. I don't think we actually need those. Or we don't need Claytronics. No, we don't need antimatter converters or advanced electronics, but we can sell them. And last time we looked, she was at 8 million. She's up to 15. So she is doing well. It's got a lot of turrets. But it does have to have. So let's give her some building drones. Don't need quite that many. That's why she's moving so slow, because, yeah, let's give her 100. And then repair drones. She does have a wharf, so a few cargo drones wouldn't hurt. And some defense drones as well. Not that many. Yeah, so let's give her 200. Well, that should increase the build speed of the ships she's building. So now she wants 32 million to run the station. So I want to keep these warehouses full. Or minerals and gases I want to keep full. So I'm letting her buy what she needs. Fill this stuff right up so that we can fill this right up so that we can build ships, which she is doing. Okay, so there's sold ships right there. Elite Vanguard. So The more drones we give her, the faster she's going to build ships. Now let's look at how she's doing for drones already. So she's already got all of her drones because she had everything she needed to make them. I gotta get a third screen. Should move this over here so I can see the other one better. So what we were waiting on 3 Osakas for the Argons. Set that one to active because we can advance this quest now. And see where she wants those delivered to Morningstar. Cool. So we don't have to worry about them flying through Xenon space. Just have to tell them to fly over there. And while I'm thinking about it, what was the reward for this? Open briefing. Ship value plus 50%. Build military base. Station value plus 50%. And a pay mod. And a pay mod. Let me make sure I did the station, because I noticed the other one is 4 defense mods as well. So let me make sure. And I got to apologize. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any first-person ship flying here. We will go over and look at headquarters, which is a refinery in a small city. And it's making money for me. Kier, what is Balzar research? Thank you, autosave. Well, let's go through these. I upgraded a lot of these recently. If there's anything building here, everything is built. And it's making a lot of money because there's 3 million and she's sitting on there. And she's got 5,000 people there. And she's selling weapon components and shield components and all this stuff, of course. But you want to go through, excuse me, because as we saw at the start of the session, and not everything gets persisted. the way you left it in a save. So here's a buy amount for quantum tubes, and it's set to trade with everyone. We don't need to buy quantum tubes. We got 2 quantum tube factories out there, so we want to fix that and make sure the same as with smart ships. We don't need to buy this stuff, any of this stuff, because we're producing it. This did not get persisted in the save file. Some do, some don't. I think they look at how big the save file is and say, okay, that's enough variables. And so we have to check all the warehouses. Do not buy this stuff if you're making it. Okay, only me. Only me. Only me. Only me. And water as well. No, we don't need to buy water. Because look at do we have any ice? Oh. And it's funny because this is an Antigone, and Antigone is full of ice asteroids. And this is why right here. So we need to move the screen arrow here to where, you want at least half an hour supply. I like to go for an hour. So we'll do the 9600. We'll do it down here. Yeah. Because it's unlikely that I'll come back here anytime soon. Okay, that's good. Close enough for government work. So that problem is resolved. And see, glad I double checked. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this factory is in process. The Osakas were heading for a silent witness. Where are they? Still a ways off. Get to Funi. And this station here. Yeah, see, we're going to see a lot of Xenon activity here because they don't want me to build that station. Which is this one right here. Can't name it until it gets... Not even in process yet. So it's waiting on this right here. We're not even being... no timer yet. But once this is built, it will stop a Xenon eye easily and then repair itself. So while I am thinking about it, I have two other defense stations, $2,000. If we look at this overview, no money. She's got 4,000 of the missiles she needs. Why is it only 4,000? No, we want to max that out. And only needed the energy cells, built them right away. So that is a similar station. And the one in Hatikva's Choice is probably much busier than $2,000. So she's losing drones. She can't keep herself in energy cells. So if we go over here to Hatikva's Choice, let's get the and this is why she can't keep herself in missiles. I mean, look, there's the Xenon K. You got all these dead Xenon fighters out here. And if you look at the station, sitting at 100%, there are 15 Argon discs on here. Each of those Argon discs has 16 large turrets. So 168 large plasma turrets. It's got some large tracking turrets as well. So it's just a mistake for the Xenon to go over here. I changed some of these to shard turrets to do a better job of taking out the Xenon. But the Ks will come right up to the station if they don't see they're damaging fast enough. They'll try and get their gravitons close enough, and they come in range of these medium plasma turrets. So we will leave that as is. Because she's so busy, she can't keep herself in solar cells. Because that's right off of Tharkas Cascade. There, that's the gate right there. So what I'm going to do is copy you. Okay, I don't know why she doesn't want to sit there. Let's try and rotate it. Yeah, well. Let's give her another solar panel. That won't take long to upgrade. Alright, so that one has helped. This is just a food and medical supplies factory. Cardinals Redress High Tech. Am I making weapon components there? Yes, I am. It's done in up space. Mm-hmm. 2.5 million deposited there. Okay, 18 billion high-tech factory as well. I need to keep up with these Osakas. They should be just about there. No, Argon Prime. So if I look at this factory in 18 billion. Anything being built? Nope. And what have I got going on here? Cannot keep weapon components in stock. Hallelujah. Check the buy orders. See, I don't need to buy engine parts. I've got plenty. I'm making them. All parts is the same. Plasma. Only me. Only me. Okay, let's check all these warehouses. If that one was off, more of them will be off. So water. Don't, no buy offer. No buy offer. Only me. Only me. Only me. Only me. Only me. And here as well. Okay, where are the Osakas? And Hatikva's choice 1. Well, thank you for the follow. Sarah Jennifer. Thank you. I don't know, what is up? What's up? Okay. Waiting for these 3 Osakas to get delivered. I have to be in first person for that. They are in Morningstar already. So those 3 right there. This is X4 Foundations. X4 as opposed to X3, X2, or X Beyond the Frontier. The X franchise has been around for quite some time. It can be whatever you want. It's mostly a strategic simulator, real-time strategic, but it can also be a first-person shooter. You can absolutely jump into the pilot's chair of the ship and go around and shoot stuff first person.
Awaiting orders.
So I am running a mission to build ships for the Terra or Argon Federation.
Awaiting orders.
And we are waiting for the third one to say awaiting orders. And then we will deliver that ship. There we go.
A transfer. Great work.
And so 207 million for that.
Bolo. Mineral.
So I am building factories. These are all space stations that I've built these here, and these are all individual ships. Every one of these. I am actually Takoba destroyed and Cardinals redressed. Let me go look at that. Not a bad thing. I picked up a fighter. Let's give her to Mirabelle. Mirabelle is a fleet carrier. Alright, so we completed that quest, or that mission, which is part of this mission chain. They now want me to build a defense station. This block size, 775, with these modules on it. And they will pay me the station value plus 50% when it's built, and it's going to be in this space sector. If we zoom out, I've got a lot of the galaxy map explored. There's like 120 sectors. It is a steep learning curve. Jump in. The best tip is to jump in. Jump in, do the tutorials, figure out how to fly your ship. You absolutely start out in first person, and the first thing you want to do is mine crystals. Mine crystals. I should do a video on how to mine crystals, and I will when the next update drops, which should be in another week or two. I am going to restart a game. And I always start by mining crystals. And then once you have enough, once you have about 5 million credits, you can start trading advanced satellites and exploring, because you only start out seeing 1 or 2 sectors. Yeah, I do. No escaping that. So, where do they want that build? It was 775? Yeah, 775. It's right there on the bottom left of the screen. Claim apply at that. So we will zoom out, and this orange spot starts where I am. I'm on this ship, this mining ship here, just looking over their shoulder. But they want me to build a station at the other end of this orange line, which is in Hatikva's Choice 3. I can't, because this has got the fog of war here. I haven't explored there, so I am going to tell a ship, Gladys, I've named her Gladys. You can rename any ship you own to fly over here and wait. And as you progress through the game, you can research stuff. And the first thing I always research is teleportation. So I've got all the way across so I can teleport to any object I own.
This will allow you to gain blueprint. I will need some
So
materials
he
to
will
started.
get all the stuff he needs to research that. And he will. So let me check my participants list here. Part-time streamer. Part-time streamer, Uber driver the rest of the time. Because I do have to make money. This doesn't make me any money. Okay. So let's go back here. And we can actually go over to Gladys. Come on. Get the mouse to behave. Until we go from one ship to another. This is a much larger ship, so it has an elevator. I'm standing in the elevator while the game does an autosave.
Entering system.
Solid state
Star.
drive is a must-have for this game because they use XML save files. I'm going to just let him go over there. And I could actually absolutely take command of the ship. Or sit in any chair I wanted. There are multiple races. They tried hard not to base it on a lot of .3D artist. That sounds impressive. Okay.
Entering system. Hatikva's Choice.
While we are doing that, while we're flying over there, I've got an ongoing battle over here. I have two fleets defending a station build. That one. Looks like the ship that was going to bring materials to build the station got waylaid somewhere. You know, you could stream, you know, your creation when you're going through drawing stuff. I guess you could stream that. Why not? Any full screen application can be streamed, or a specific window.
Entering Patikva's choice 3.
The graphics in this game are spectacular, but they're old. They're dated. This game was released in 2017, and they upgraded the graphics once. But their problem is they render so much. So every one of these asteroids is a unique object. They're persistent, and you can absolutely get out of the ship in your spacesuit and fly around the ship, so everything is very finely detailed. So they're not the best graphics of a space game, but they are super. They are very good. And I don't see, you can't land on a planet in this game. They do so much anyway, So this is going to be hard to build because there's a lot of xenon interference here. So what do we need to build? 775. .775 right there. Go there. Okay, continue. And I already have a plan saved for this. So I just need to copy this module here to make a fourth one. Confirm that it's already got its turrets set up. So that will do that. So now I have to confirm some money to build it. And then we have to assign a builder ship to it. There's one right there. So my ship is actively firing on that other one. This is the ship I'm in. We can go right out and look at it. There's the fighter over there. Lots and lots of 3D animations to build in this game. I am on Discord. It's in on my Twitch panel, my Twitch About panel. Got it open. I'm on Discord. There's Discord. It's open. And I'm there.
Hyperion.
Alright, I'm going to leave this ship right here. To guard the builder that's going to come over here and build that station. So, let's see. Okay, so this finally got that. That's in process. Fires of Defeat 1. Did it start yet? No. So I should go over there and see why. That would be why. All these gray icons would be why. The gray icons are destroyed Xenon ships. That's the proverbial enemy faction, the robot faction. And they do not want me to build a defense station here. But it's happening. And I have 2 carriers with a lot of fighters on there to make sure it happens. So much to do. You really stay busy in this game. I've got like 2,000 hours in here. Alright. So what are we looking at for time? Another hour and a half. So we'll see a lot of this get done. Okay, so now this wreck was already here before I put the station plot down. And what about this factory? Alright, so you to get another fleet involved here because I don't want this to complete. No, belay that order. Coordinated attack. Better. I have to remember to, I have to check myself on coordinated attack, because it's been a long, slow process of getting this to work correctly. There's a lot of heavy analytical geometry involved in here. And because the ship has to circumnavigate a 3-dimensional globe, not just a circle, it's a globe. And stay out of range of the turrets of this factory or whatever they're attacking, and still be in their own firing range. Because if they get too close, turrets fire, drones come out. defense drones. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Yeah, it's getting away. You're always getting
Entering
attacked.
system. Fires of defeat.
And get out of the elevator. And we want to have a look at you.
K.
Requesting permission to dock. I just want to get one beam.
Okay, so we're going to watch a battle. I'm losing bombers to this guy already. But I did see a torpedo hit. I think those are laser hits. Tacoba down. I'm going to win the battle. Question is, how many ships am I going to lose? This is exactly why I brought these carrier fleets over. There's going to be a lot of small ships in here attacking. And this K is going to lose. So the question is, will they bring in an I? Another bomber down. So those big booms are will it manage to destroy my carrier?
Colossus.
There's
Sentinel.
Mirabelle sitting right there. I
K.
went right for a carrier instead of the station. Which makes me happy, kinda. Because it's going to die long before that carrier. The big booms are heavy torpedo hits. Which once the shields are down, these heavy torpedoes just obliterate this thing. So the question is, how much damage is Mirabelle going to take
Sentinel.
from the blast?
Explosion imminent.
Shields held. Shields held. Alrighty then. Look at this. While we were watching that, the building has begun. So once this thing gets these turrets going, it can defend itself. We're going to leave the fleets there until it is completely built. And so now what we're waiting on is 2 station builds. That one and that one.
Requesting permission to dock.
There's one. No, this is an actual factory of mine I'm looking at. And I forgot from last time what it was I wanted to build for the free families. So if we look at oh yes, I did remember. Engine parts. Why are they not being built? They are built. They need turrets. Because I used split modules. Also, look at that again. Take a second look there, Salgonoid. Look at the plan. And so the split also needs shield components and turret components. Because otherwise this would have been done. So we could make those and sell them to the split. Because if we look here, I'm not going to give her any money because she's obviously making money. I did not give her this 5 million. She got that on her own. Okay. Now what we want to make sure is that she's not buying anything. She's got her own miners. So only me trade. Only me trade. Only me trade. That's a bad thing. We don't need to buy cells. No, that's fine. Only me trade, that's fine. Okay. So she's got a buy offer here. Only me. We don't need to buy. As my miners will drop stuff off. There we go. I've got alligators assigned to this. 6 of them. And check these. All of these rectangular boxes are warehouse spaces. And so no buy offer because it says create one. We don't want to create one. No buy offer.
Great work.
No buy offer. So one station got built.
What a pile of junk.
No buy offer. And so we don't want to buy refined metal. We have plenty of refined metal going on. And here. Again, we don't need to buy antimatter cells when we're making so many for ourselves.
I wish this stupid machine would leave me alone.
Alright. So that being said, Mother Nature really is going to call me very loudly at this point, so I have to go take care of that. And I will come over here and
You're in serious trouble.
I'll be right back. Silly me, forgot to turn the game back on. To be right back, screen up, and didn't take it down. What a silly thing to do. Let me jump over to Sally Ann here and see what's going on. Get off the elevator. Alright, so that station got a lot of building done. Let's look at that. I thought it would just be that little... No, let's look at this.
Xenon Factory.
Yeah, so it's trying to build and be destroyed at the same time. It had a lot of resources for building. It's not going to succeed. If it does complete, it'll bring up turrets. Okay. So what just happened? I should spend a lot more time in first person to keep up with the message scroll. They never did a good job of keeping up with the message scroll in this game. This station is going to die. And as soon as it does, they're going to put down another plot. But the Free families are at war with Terran and Argon, so... That is now a smoking wreck. So he had all of his destroyers in formation shooting at that what was going to be a solar station, I think, maybe a defense platform. And so somewhere in here they've probably already put another, let's build storage. Also a build storage, and the question is, will they put down another one? Because I'm not going to let them take this sector. I'll let the Free families fight it out with Xenon and Argon, and I'll make money off of that war. And of course, this is going to be changed when the diplomacy update eventually comes out. That'll probably be 8.0. We're going to 7.6 in another day or two here, and then we'll go to 8. So they're promising diplomacy sometime in this year, 2025. So if you look at this tab here, these are all the different factions in the game that I have encountered and my standing with those factions. So you got Falling families, Free families, and Zyark down here are all split. That's Miner 18. Where is he? Those are all split factions. Split being a species. And the free and Fallen families are at war with the Zyark families. But they like me, or they don't hate me. Okay, and likewise, the Paranid, the god realm of the Paranid, is the Paranid species. So the god realm of the Paranid is at war with the Holy Order. Where are they? Right, the Holy Order. They are at war with each other. But I can make nice with both factions and play the middleman. Likewise, Holy Order of the Pontifex starts the game at war with Argon. And one of the first things I do is start buying hull parts from Holy Order, trading hull parts that are made in Holy Order, and trade them to Argon. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can do that when the diplomacy update drops. Can you play the middleman, or do you have to pick a side? Also, another faction here, another species down here. Ministry of Finance is at war with Talati Company. Talati is another species, and they are war. They have a civil war going on. And as soon as they start having problems with Xenon, then that war goes away, because the Talati know there's no profit in a civil war while you're being, while both sides are at war with the Xenon. And then the Xenon used to be you could make friends with them by killing other species in their presence, but no longer. It's extreme difficult to be able to make friends with the Xenon. The Xenon, another species, they are the robot AI faction of the game, species of the game. The Ka'ak don't like anything living, including they consider the Xenon living, and they don't like anything that mine asteroids. They are the bugs, the space bugs. You can't make friends with them. And then there's a bunch of other factions in here. Hatikva are mostly human, but interspecies. Duke's Buccaneers, interspecies. Let's see. I have not encountered the Quatanauts yet, but another interspecies faction. Scale play are mostly pirate. Mostly pirates, and interspecies as well. Riptide Rakers the same, although they'd rather salvage chunks. So if I put a scrapyard there in Fires of Defeat, where I'm sitting right now, there will be a lot of scrap going on here. I don't own the scrap module blueprint. So now this faction, this station here, see how she's doing. Trying to build. So the dock is built, the pier is built. So she's going to build some scaffolding here to connect everything, and then start building defense modules. But we have to build for this mission right here. Revisit it to show. We have to build. Nope, wrong one. We want the Terran build mission. So set this to active, because the station will complete itself. So if we look at this briefing, and so these are very specific ship builds. These are not great, and because look at Mark 1 shields for Terrans. There it is again, a Mark 1 shield generator instead of a. Well, let me show you. So we need one Tokyo, one Osaka, 2 Falkses, and 4 Kukris. So 1 frigate, and 4 fighters. You have to build it at the Terran Wharf or shipyard because that's the only place those ships can be built. So we'll do the Tokyo first. And this orange is the quest build right here. This orange line, see it's orange. So that is the quest build. That'll put all the modules on. And see, Mark III shields exist. They only wanted a Mark I shield and a Mark II shield. So if you look at the shields here, well, you see there's a Mark I instead of a Mark II. But that's fine. Let me make sure I didn't change anything. So we'll add that to the shopping list. And she also wanted an Osaka. They're absolutely going to send these ships into battle. You can name these ships after you've built them. After the build, before you deliver, you can name these ships, and if you watch them, you can see them, get them encountered. I got to talking too much and forgot what I did. So build the Osaka, mission build, add to shopping list. So we've already spent 63.6 million, and that's okay. Because if we look at this again, got too busy. She's going to pay me 139 million. We've already spent 63, 64. But we'll make a lot of credits off of this. But we need 2 frigates, which are medium ships. Frigates are a medium build in Vanilla X4. If you're using like Variety and Rebalance Overhaul, VRO, then these frigates are large ships. And you could not do this. Well, you can do this, but you can build frigates, you can't do the mission specific ones. Okay, so we want that. Add that to the shopping list. And she also wanted kukris. Right there. Right there. Add to the shopping list. And then she wanted 2 frigates and 4 fighters. So confirm that. So that's another 20. So 84 million we spent. So we're going to make like 50, 60 million off of that. I'm trying to do the math in the head and I don't have the memory for it anymore. I like to say that of all the things I've lost, I've missed my memory the most. But it's not true. It's beer. It's beer. Every beer you don't drink is a beer you miss. Alright, so we will wait for that to be built. So that was 8 ships. And then I've got a station being built for Argonne. And it was in a Hatikva's Choice 3. A lot of waiting in this game. They do have a module you can build to add onto your ship. It doesn't add on, you just carry it around. And it's called a SETA drive. SETA. You can press that and the game will crunch the numbers at warp speed. It'll give up rendering in favor of time. And you can speed it up a lot of this. No, I wanted to look at the plan build. So we're just waiting for the disks to build, and did we forget something on the station? We did. I forgot a module. Got so busy talking to myself that I forgot to put this on here. So confirm that and accept that. It still already has the builder. Got to have the wide area sensor array. And what is a wide area sensor array? Click, click, click. Let me do the... So what? Let me click this box over here, see if I've got my camera set up over here. I do. And so the question is, what is the wide area sensor array? And I will look at my headquarters. And if you look at headquarters, plan build, other modules, got a lot of other modules, but I do have a sensor array on here somewhere. Let's look for it the easy way. Oh, look, I've got it way up high here. There is the wide area sensor array. And if I go here, you can see there's this big green circle. So that big green circle here, you can see the outline better here. So there's a resource probe, no, an advanced satellite, even better. So there is an advanced satellite, and its range is the small green circle you see here. And then the big green circle is doing the same thing as the advanced satellite. And so I can see all ship activities in this sector. I can see all the asteroids. I cannot see them. I need resource probes, which I've got there, and another one there, to see what the resources in the sector are. But that's what the wide area sensor array does. If you attach them to the station, and they are important, the second reason they are important is if I drop over here to Pyramid space, I dropped early on in the game, I put advanced satellites down here. The Pyramid are very paranoid. They do not like you dropping satellites or advanced satellites in their space. They will confiscate you. How do you resolve that? You build your own station in their sector. And you can see my big green circle there. I have a station. I own this station. It has a wide area sensor array. So now I can actually see ship movements in this sector. And I could put another station over here just if I wanted to see stuff. As long as it's attached to your station, they'll leave it alone. And you could go through and see what all those stations are doing. So I will go back to the game scene, play that so I can clip that out later. Hopefully. Yeah, that's what the wide area sensor array does. Too much talking, not enough playing. That station is getting built. We are going to wait for this Tokyo to get built. And then these have to be delivered way over here to the sector I'm in. And then they are going to wage war against the free families and the fallen families. I don't know why. Terrans don't like Split, so they're going to come over here and do war with them. I am just going to make profit off both until what am I thinking here? Until the diplomacy mods drop sometime later this year. I'm thinking probably after Thanksgiving, before Christmas is when we'll see diplomacy. And we need a lot more information on how that's, because right now the players' involvement with any of the different factions do not affect their relationships, the other factions' relationships with each other. So you're trying to I can see me trying to broker some kind of relationship between the various factions. Maybe you've got to build embassies. That would be nice if you had to build some embassy stations in their space.
Do not stand chance. Split destroy you.
Okay, so the Xenon activity has absolutely dissipated here. I absolutely need to see what's going on down here. I'm not going to build a wide area sensor right there. There's no way. And then this station here is going to have a wide area sensor array. I'm not drinking enough, so I'm losing my voice. I need a scout. My scouts are all sitting around doing nothing. I've got one in. What have you got for 13 and 10? So this thing is probably going to die. So I'm going to come over here. And buy a ship. I know my scouts are all sitting. I know it's a bad thing. I'm going to set up this is not a waste of money. I'm going to try and give her the ability to run.
Pirates spotted.
Set up a brave split ship and what she's built. Because I really need to see how the Xenon are playing. Once that defense station is built, we'll move down into Family Takur and take care of this defense station. Because I really need to see what the Xenon are. Once we have, and then we'll build a defense station here, and then these Xenon will be contained. I think. Well, yeah, because the Ministry and the Talati, see, they're not shooting each other. At the beginning of the game, Teladi and Ministry of Finance, which are both of the Teladi species, are engaged in civil war. But once they have to start fighting the Xenon seriously, then that civil war ends. There is no more profit involved. So I've got to fight. I've been through there, which is a bad thing. You never want a ship to fly through there because then that path is always. So while I'm thinking about it, I am going to go to Global Orders and add Matrix 451 to my no travel sectors. Matrix 451 and Matrix 9. Because if you tell your ships to travel somewhere, you have to, after you confirm the changes here, you also have to confirm it up here. If you don't do that, now that I have an explored path through there, or no fog of war across here, my ships will path across there if they feel they need to. We don't want them to do that, so no travel sectors is what I name this. It's blacklist. And I will also add it to the no mining sector, because they will absolutely go in there and mine. We're not traveling, we're mining. We're not cutting across, we're mining. Because there are asteroids in both of those sectors, because that's all the Xenon need is silicon and ore are all they need, and they can start building ships. They can build themselves a solar power plant, and from there they can build ships, and they can build themselves a defense station and a wharf and a shipyard. That's all they need. That is all they need. How are you doing? This is a mission build. So 6, 7, and 14. So 20 minutes, 25 minutes there. Now this Tokyo should be built. So before I send this Jaguar to her doom, we're going to get these 4 Kukris. And both of these Falkses. And the Osaka. And the Tokyo. So we have 4 objects. All right. There they are down there. You can see what you have selected. And tell them to fly and wait to, not to me, other end of this orange line. Oh good, they're going to send in into Tharkus Cascade. So fly and wait. Hopefully they get inside the globe. And it is Terran, so we should check the y-axis. Okay, y equals 0. We'll wait for those. We want this Jaguar. To
Hello there. Hello.
probably fly to her doom. So I should probably be drinking something other than coffee at this point. So no new rule: drink the coffee before you stream, and then excuse me, and then drink water for the streaming. Let me check over here. Can't do that. I can do that. What is that? 50 KO. Hello. Speak up. Welcome. And I have to check this one as well. Okay. Okay, back to the game. And wait for this Jaguar to fly over here. She's almost certainly flying to her doom. I can jump to Esmeralda just to get someplace busy. It's like watching the grass grow. So tempted to build a Ceta drive. Need to get that satellite in there, in here, to see what the threat level is. I don't think it's a big threat level. Okay, so I am sending a scout probably to her doom. You know, there's a lot of xenon there, and thank you, autosave. I should have hit F5 long ago. I gave her fast engines, probably wasted the credits. Could have just given her slow engines. Because that's all I want her to accomplish, is to drop that satellite. Once this station gets turrets built, and it has, or discs built. Yeah, see, it has 2 defense modules built already with turrets. It can already defend itself from fighters. Alright. We can absolutely, what we can do, instead of twiddling our thumbs, let's hop on board this Jaguar. And see if she flies to her doom. Go ahead at F5 when she goes through the gate. Hopefully I just end up in my spacesuit and can teleport out. Depends on what hits us. If it's a graviton, a large graviton pulse, and we'll have to reload the game. So let's do an F5 there. Getting longer and longer to save a game.
Entering system. Matrix. Number 9.
So it's a no travel sector, but she had a specific order to go here. One of the old Army sayings was the only good scout is a dead scout, which isn't exactly true. So if the scout gets in there and manages to drop the satellite, that is a job well done. And I can see the Xenon are reeling from me defending fires of defeat. This K will almost certainly stay here and defend that station. Alright. Good job. They're going to send a ship after it, but it's to no avail because she is very safe. So we will jump back to Sally Ann. Which is a behemoth. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I lured that thing through the gate. Which should be a good thing. We could absolutely go in there and take out that station. I'm just building up the empire, getting the fleets going, and some stations built, doing some missions, getting back over 500 million credits, which we'll do with these 2 missions. And then I think I want to build another wharf over in Antigone space. I do have one wharf up. I'm watching this battle. Or what I'm doing is babysitting this station build. That's the intermediate goal, is to get this defense station up, and then we will have the Xenon contained to the matrix sectors. So I've got this side contained, and the Talati have that side contained. And if the Xenon jumps through,
Awaiting orders.
Esmeralda has a heavy bomber fleet, mostly Gorgons, with heavy torpedoes, so
Awaiting orders.
she took out that K there. So I am going to give, that's a fleet delivery. I can give her some ammunition already. So she's already telling me she wants heavy guided missiles. She's already got some. Needs energy cells, needs money to buy those. Except that she's got a pier and a loading dock to get those delivered. Part of the build on this is she does have solar panels on the build, but that gets built last. I thought I had. Yeah, I put the storage module on so she'd have room for her energy cells, a lot of room for energy cells and missiles.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, so I've got 2 energy cells planned.
Awaiting orders.
So we are waiting for an Osaka and a Tokyo on that mission build. Yeah, the stations, Asgard is a great ship. I have not done the Terran missions yet, Terran storyline. So I am using a combination of Behemoths and Osakas. And they stand off from Xenon stations nicely if you babysit them and make sure they're not cutting across the globe. I'm hoping in 7.6 they do a better job of circumnavigating the globe. This Xenon K did not jump through, and I expected. Don't even know where it went. Could have gone high or sank low. They're upset that I put in that advanced satellite. Okay, so let me get the other side scouted if I can. I got this Jaguar I built to die. So let me go. She's going to grab some more satellites. And I'm going to do a better job of scouting here. I fully expect her to die, so I don't want to spend too much money on her. Confirm that. The Tokyo is still in the void and is being delivered to Hatikva's Choice 1. I did take out some stations here. I took out 2 defense stations in the solar power plant in this sector. I've got a heavy fleet of 7 destroyers just sitting there waiting. You don't like to park them too close to split stations because they do splash damage, and the split get angry very quickly. I'm trying to rescue the split, not make war with them. I have saved the Zyarth, and now I'm trying to save the free families. The Zyarth are well protected by, in this playthrough at least, the Zyarth are being protected by the Paranid. Maybe it was luck. I checked it on 3 different playthroughs, and the Zyarth were protected by the Paranid right here. And over here, of course, there's a perpetual war going on over here in Emperor's Pride, but it is between the Xenon and the Paranid. And they keep, each faction tries to keep building stations there. But this Xenon wharf and shipyard have been contained by the Paranid right here. And so the Xenon, of course, did was try to bring fleets up through here. I rescued this once. The Xenon took out there at the defense station there. They are rebuilding. That station has appeared. Or not there. I'm looking at the wrong sector here. Yeah. So I should probably put my own defense station right there. And then, so long term, so I'll put a defense station there, over in Family Gen, and then the Xenon will be contained all over the galaxy, unless we go in and wipe them out, which is no fun. Yeah, you always. Yeah, they always get too close because it's no longer just a globe they're hitting. They've got an elongated, I'm going to call it a spheroid, and with lots of turrets, and they don't know. It's very complicated geometry to circumnavigate that thing and stay out of drone range, drone attack range, drone aggro range. It's better than what it was originally. I mean, in X4, in vanilla, before Split Vendetta, they just were right in and
awaiting orders.
Hugged the station and then. And now, if you coordinate the attack, they do try and circumnavigate a little bit. They duck in a little too close sometimes. But then when I took out the this one, which they built high, and when I went into that one of them aggroed drones, defense drones, and actually pulled away from the station and pulled a bunch of defense drones far enough away that I sent some fighters in to take out the defense drones. Alright, so that one's in Flashpoint. And I'm going to have to drop into first person for that delivery. Which I'm getting paid 139, 140 million for that once that gets delivered. And then we will beef up. So Carrier Esmeralda is a bomber, mostly bomber fleet. Muriel is doing mostly interception. What you can also do, I mean, you could put in 100 bombers on these carriers. You could add 100, and yeah, it would work. But you lose a lot of bombers. And you can only put and Kumo-Khan has joined us. Hello, Kumo-Khan. I have to remember to come over here and check these things. I have to remember to click buttons over here. So we're waiting for this Tokyo to get delivered. And we're waiting for this station to build. And we have another defense station being built for a mission right there. Most of my money, mid-game money, comes from heavy construction missions.
You tried to make junk?
Oh, because I added in the... I forgot that piece. So... let's get this medium trader. You. Let's get some energy cells up there to that one. They're way over here. I've got energy cells out the wazoo. How many did it need? Do the math. 125. Okay, so let's get that medium trader that's sitting in Heretic's End. And get some energy cells. Not a lot. 125. I am bad at math, so I am going to send 130. Confirm that. And then transfer where's the build storage here. Yeah, I am so bad at math. I like to say of all the things I've lost, I miss beer, or my memory the most, but no, it's beer. I miss beer the most. Or is it my memory? I can't remember. Is it beer or my memory I miss the most? Haha, I still drink beer. I had a beer yesterday. Alright, so this Tokyo is an Antiqua's Choice 1. Let's jump into first person. Let me see where she's at. Well, it's moving. So hopefully it gets into the globe there. Okay, so now we're waiting for Indrani. I really wish they'd do something about this slow ticker. Because when I'm playing alone and not streaming, I spend so much time in map mode that ticker just falls so far behind. And you sit there and watch it and watch it and watch it, and it doesn't catch up because you go back to map mode. There we go.
need to perform a transfer. Great work.
Yeah, so exactly what she said she'd pay. And a pay mod. So, autosave because we obtained a large amount of credits. Check my missions. That completed
I have
the
concluded
Terran
the
mission.
research.
So let's get Bozo doing research just to keep the research options
This
open.
will allow you to gain blueprints by
West
scanning
of the
leads on
hacking
certain-
modules.
If you could, please gather the
I always do
materials.
teleportation first. Always, 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 always. I know other people I could do the hacking first to save money, but I end up making so much money with heavy construction missions that I don't care about the cost of modules. So I do teleportation first so I can get around the map so much easier. Different players are different. I prefer doing teleport first. So that caught me up with my Terran mission. I am going to do so now up to 628 million credits. I need to build more stations and I need to enhance my ships. And I'm at the point where I can throw fighters away and I can actually build my own fighters. No, not buy ships. I want to teleport over here into Terran space to any ship. It doesn't matter which one. Jump over here, get out of the elevator,
Entering system.
check the
Solved.
mission, look for a heavy construction mission. We'll see where Atia's misfortune is. I've got it uncovered. The problem with scale plate green is you end up doing battle with one of the other factions. Let's see where that is. Ooh, Frontier's Edge. Sweet. That's going to be a gather fleet. What kind of fleet? Just 3 Corvettes. And ship value plus 50%. Right to the gate there. I'm going to make them Terran because they're more expensive.
Entering Venus.
Katanas, high preset, and there's a ship value plus 50%. 3 of them. Confirm that. Those are quick builds. So my wharf is over here in Silent Witness. It's close enough to Talati space, and this is something else I saw in this build. I get distracted so quickly. Vigor Syndicate just came on strong on this playthrough. They came over here and rescued Hatikva.
Affirmative. Requesting permission to dock.
They came over here and did guard duty on this gate here in Hatikva's Choice 1, where the Xenon usually build their blockade first, but Vigor Syndicate came in here with a bunch of Barbarossas and fighters and everything, and just held the sector until I could get something going on over here. And while they were doing that, the Zyarth were holding the other end of Tharkas Cascade. So the Xenon did not get a strong foothold going anywhere in this playthrough. And so I was able to get going, and by day 3 was strongly taking the fight to the Xenon. Alright, so my wharf is right here. I'm looking for my teleport too. Oh, because you're looking at the Ministry Wharf, silly. This is my wharf right here. Now we can jump right over there. And as soon
Entering
as
system. Silent witness.
the construction of this wharf finished, she was selling ships. Because I have all of the Argon blueprints. Ship dealership is the best place to go for this. So now we can jump right out, and no medium ships being built at the moment, but usually there are. She has, if we look at the logical overview, she has all the drones I told her to build, including 200 builder drones. She is making most of what she needs. She's not building 100% of what she needs to build ships. If we look at the plan build, still making field coil and shield component factories. So just one of every factory right now. And when I can see what she's buying the most of, she's selling more than buying anything. And she wanted, so this station is making a profit. So let me put these on so I can see. So she is sitting on almost over 5 million in profit is what her next deposit will be. So she is making me a lot of money. And at the beginning, so 3 hours ago, she was sitting on 8 million here. And that, what I mean is the first number was 8 million. And she wanted 32 million. So definitely making a profit. And when the last of the factories get built, I am going to double up on things like because I'm seeing inactive factories because so much is full here. So rather than building 10 of everything all at once, I just built one of everything, and she is keeping what she needs in stock. And that could be because she's buying stuff, and she, look and see. I did not put any trade rules on here. And I'm seeing a lot of advanced electronics here. But I'm not using them for anything, so why am I buying them? I'm not buying them. Wake up. So engine parts. Alright, I built a lot of stuff I didn't need apparently. So hull parts, let's look at this one. So she's buying a lot of hull parts. I need to make another hull parts factory hull parts are going in straight into ship build. And is she buying refined metal? I've got 2 refined metal factories going. Oh, I did build 2 of my refineries. Why did I do that? Go to plan build. So hull parts is what I need more of. And I can expand this all very easily. I can just copy that whole arm, come out a few, and then what is that? Okay. And what she's not using to build ships, she can absolutely sell. And how intelligent is she now? What's her stars? And she's up to 4 stars. Management is over 4 stars, so she's doing great. That went up quick. You know, I know it's more entertaining to jump into first person view and pew pew everything I see, but I get so into the strategy part of the game. Alright, so it is getting on to time for me to think about doing my day job, make some money, not gaming. So what I'm going to have to do is do a hard save here. It's this one right here. And then I am going to have to thank everybody that showed up. I got some follows this time. I'm Sagonoid. Hope to see you all. I will be playing X4 again Friday morning. I think tomorrow morning I'll do something a little more entertaining for the stream. Until then, everybody, fly safe. Sagonoid out.